Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Michalowski from ForexLive.com. This is a quick look at the euro versus US dollar. Let's start off with a daily chart. We have a trend line connecting most recent highs here. On Friday, we came up to the top side trend line, found resistance. On the downside, we have a trend line connecting recent lows. On Thursday, we came down close to that level and found support buyers. On Friday, not quite to it, but we did find support near that level during the day. Today, as you can see, it's trading in between the two trend lines. Didn't quite get close to the top side, didn't get close to the bottom side. Our trade near or at the low levels right now here on the daily chart. You see this green line and this blue line? That represents the 200-day moving average and the 100-day moving average. The 200-day moving average is our next target on the downside. That comes in at 111.61. The 100-day moving average is our blue line in the chart, and that currently comes in at 111.38. So good support down here against the moving averages 61.38 and trend line. The trend line comes in around the 30 level right now. So good support between 111.30, 111.61, and this week's trading, if we break below those levels, that'll be more bearish for the euro versus US dollar. Let's take a look at the hourly chart, see what that's telling us. And on the hourly chart, we have the overlay here of the 200-day moving average. That's at level at 111.61. You can see how it steps down and how it stays constant here today. And here's our 100-day moving average. Now, in between that or before that level comes this trend line here. Now this trend line connect a high to a high right here, and we broke through that level on Friday during the unemployment report. On the way back down, we stalled right at that level before closing up here around this level right here. And so we did find support against that level, and in today's trading, we're sort of finding support. We went through that level after breaking below the 100 and 200 hour moving averages here, and we went below that level and extended a little bit more to the downside, and currently we're trading right around that trend line that comes in around the 79 level. We're trading around 78 right now. So we're trying to break below this level and take a look at the 200-day moving average. I expect to see support buyers against that level on the first dip, but if it breaks below that level, look for further selling pressure down to the this trend line right here on the hourly chart. That level comes in around the 111.44 level, and then we got the 38 level. That's our 100-day moving average. I want to talk a little bit about this 100 and 200 hour moving average and why are we probably seeing a little bit more selling pressure. If I go to the 5-minute chart and I have the overlay of the 100-hour moving average here and the 200-hour moving average here, this is important, or this chart gives traders a visual as to what exactly happened around those two moving average levels. And if you look at it, we were initially coming to the downside, and we went through the 100 and 200 and went below that 200-hour moving average by about a couple pips, 2 pips. This level comes in at 112.01. This level comes in at 111.98. Let's call it 3 pips below that line before moving back to the upside. Now our move to the upside here was a pretty limited corrective move. In fact, we came up right near the low prices here, just a touch above it both here, and we couldn't get and sustain any sort of movement to the upside, so we started to rotate back to the downside, fell below our 100 and 200 hour moving average, and note what happened right here. The price went down below that level, corrected up to the 200-hour moving average, and then sold off to our lows right here. We know we have the 61 level down below. That's going to be a tough nut to crack, as is the 100-day moving average. But we are seeing the bears remain in control. The bears are showing that they want to keep control, and the buyers are feeling the pain because they're not getting any satisfaction off any lows here, and they're feeling the pain. So it looks more like the bears are more in control. We'll see if that continues as the market heads into the close, heads into the new trading day. We know our key levels to watch on the downside, and we're going to be watching the 100 and 200 hour moving average on the upside. My name is Greg Michalowski with a look at the euro versus US dollar. Good fortune with your trading. Bye-bye now.